Hi, I'm James Jackson, your host for Real People, Real Voices.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore, the co-host of Real People, Real Voices.
Always a pleasure to host with you.
Yes, good to be working with you again. Being able to give some information to Central Indiana and our communities.
It's going to be a great show today.
It is. We have a young man, entrepreneur, working, doing some things in the community, has a great business thriving right now. Pray that he continues to grow and develop and do what he needs to be effective in our community.
Yeah, you know, the area, Dr. Moore, that he's working in, a lot of times when you are a business owner or if you build a building, as you have and as I have, you don't think about the maintenance aspect.
No.
That's a big part of it.
Have to count the cost, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of us don't do that. And so he's here to tell us how his business can be applicable to what we're doing. And hopefully people out there in the private sector will give him an opportunity to share what he has as it relates to the business that he's in.
Yeah, and in the second segment, we'll have Officer Candy Perry, but not talking about her responsibilities as an officer, but something else.
Yeah, it's going to be talking about immigration, I believe, isn't she?
Well, somewhat immigration and dancing.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
When I seen her come into the green room,
I was surprised.
Yeah, she looked very radiant. She didn't have her gun with her, so that was a good deal.
You can't dance very well with that.
No.
Stay with us. We also want to encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to WHMB Channel 40. Also go to our Facebook page and like us on Facebook. Stay here. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm Pastor James Jackson.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore.
We have a great show for you, and we want to thank our sponsors. This show is sponsored in part by attorney Nathaniel Lee, Lee and Ferriman, Fervent Care Christian Academy, and Stewart Mortuary Incorporated. If you need some help, they can all help you. We also want to bring on a very, very important guest, RF Supplies, Kevin Robinson. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Nice to have you.
Tell us about RFS.
RFS is a full-service janitorial supply company. We sell everything from bowl cleaner to toilet tissue, everything to clean a facility and maintain a facility. Been in business since 2006 and growing every day.
That's important, that kind of growth. And when to start talking about janitorial supplies and equipment, it's certainly a competitive business. What are you seeing out here with other companies? Certainly your minority-owned business. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing in the community with regard to being able to compete?
Just trying to separate myself differently. Offering training, making sure that the client knows how to use the equipment properly, and use the products properly. Sometimes you can buy stuff and then not know how to use it, and it can be
devastating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we try to do that and service and be on call and just help them through it. Not just try to get a sale, but to just offer all we can to make sure that they're pleased with everything.
That's unusual, isn't it, Jackson?
Yeah.
Buy a product from you and then train a person how to use the product.
Yes.
That's unheard of in the janitorial business. How long have you been doing it? Ever since you've been in business, or is this a new component that you've added to the company?
Ever since I've been selling janitorial supplies. I've been selling janitorial supplies for over 28 years, and took a leap of faith and just went out and started my own company. Mm-hmm. Like I said, 11 years ago. So I've always done that. I never want anybody to come back and say, you sold me something, but we don't know how to use it, or it's sitting in the corner. So we want to make sure you use the equipment properly and get your money's worth out of it.
You said a leap of faith.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah, that's a good question.
So it sounds like he's a man of faith.
Yeah.
So tell us about the leap.
I had a lot of people always telling me, you need to start your own business. You need to do this, for you, for yourself. Problem with me, I was loyal to who I was working for. I was a man of my word, and I said I would never, go out or whatever, and things changed. And then one day something just told me to do it. And I did it, bought my own warehouse. I have a 20,000 square foot facility. I have 5 delivery trucks, and we are making it happen.
How many employees you have?
6.
6 employees,
Yes.
5 trucks, 20,000 square feet warehouse. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
In a short period of time.
In a short period of time.
11 years.
I had to do it because when you get out here, especially trying to bid contracts and get bigger jobs, you have to show capacity. But you have to start somewhere. I mean, I started in my garage and just built my way up.
That's outstanding.
So that's why I had to do the warehouse, to buy in bulk, to get the better price, to be competitive with my counterparts. So.
And you're a minority business enterprise.
Yes.
And off air, we're talking about the kinds of relations that you've had with the city. How's that going?
It's been very, very good. I mean, I can say proudly that the city and City of Indianapolis and other municipalities have gave me an opportunity, a fair opportunity, and want to see me succeed. I don't promise anything I can't deliver, and that's what they like. Sometimes you can get ahead of yourself and promise stuff and don't deliver it, and it looks bad on you. I've never been one to do that. If I can't do it, I say I can't do it.
That's good business practice.
Yeah.
They have been very helpful and open arms. I mean, give me opportunity, and that's what I ask from everybody. Give me a chance to. I can do it. So.
That's phenomenal, Pastor Jackson, to see that we're meeting with someone right here today that is a recipient of vendor contracts here in our city. That's unusual for entrepreneurs, especially in our community, to have that type of privilege.
And proudly say.
They proudly say that the city's taking care of you and you're taking care of the city.
Exactly.
The vendor department needs to be commended to have you on board.
And speaking of taking care of the city, talk to us about your community involvement.
I'm very heavily involved in the community. I'm involved with Community Alliance of the Far East Side. It's a community organization on the East Side. I'm on the board there. I'm a firm believer of giving back. I service a lot of churches, community centers, and sometimes money's tight or programs need funding. Can't give a lot, but I give what I can because I believe in giving back.
Right.
And I'm always willing to help where I can.
Good.
So.
That's phenomenal. It'd be good if some of you all in the private sector would give this brother a little bit more opportunity to show what he can do. Sounds like you know what you're doing.
I think I do.
So, Kevin, over the years, I'm sure you've had a lot of interaction and a lot of associations. What would you like to see going forward with regard to janitorial services like yours, being minority owned? What would you like to see happen in the city?
Just as far as RFS is concerned, I mean, just as far as the supplies, I don't do service, I just do supplies. Just to, give us a chance, give us an opportunity. I like to always go into an account saying, I want to save you 10 to 15%. I don't want you to tell me what you're paying. I want to get it the right way. And just get an opportunity. Again, I've had other companies in town that have been in business for 50, 60 years that have been handed down. Nothing's been handed down to me. I've had to build this from the ground up. And I understand relationship within every organization. Everybody has a relationship with a company or a person or whatever. But there's always room for something, to try us out and give us that chance. And that's all we're asking for.
And you have 6 employees, full-time employees.
Not full. I have 3 full-time and 3 part-time.
That's great.
Yeah.
Would you like to extend that?
Yes. Yeah. As you were talking off air, I think about buildings and this is another learning curve for me. I'm a salesman, but now I'm a business owner. So, you got, maintenance and property taxes and all this. It's new. It's a new formula for me. But we're taking care of it. But it's it's a challenge at times.
Yeah.
Try to grow, but you can't grow unless somebody sees something in you. And I've been fortunate enough for some people, a lot of people, to see something in me to give me a chance to reach for that dream. You know,
Yeah.
so.
And certainly our hope is that you'll be one of those 50, 60-year-old businesses in the future.
Fortune 500.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for joining
Thanks for
us
coming.
today.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us. We have much more to come with Officer Candy Perry. I think you're going to be very interested in what she has to share. Please become a subscriber on our YouTube channel. Also like us on Facebook. And again, we want to thank you for our sponsors, Attorney Nathaniel Lee, Lee and Fairman. If you need help, they can help you. Fervent Care Christian Academy and Stewart Mortuary. And we really appreciate all of our sponsors and those of you who watch us each week on Wednesday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. and on Sundays at 5:30. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm James Jackson, your host.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore.
And we want to thank our sponsors.
Oh,
This
my
show
God, yes.
is sponsored in part by one of our new sponsors.
Yes, we have Stewart Mortuaries on board now, and hopefully we can make sure that people know who they are.
Yeah, along with Attorney Nathaniel Lee, Lee and Fairman. They can help you if you need help. And also the Fervent Care Christian Academy.
Great academy. I see over 200 children.
About 200. Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. And we're joined today by Candy Perry, who is also an officer on the IMPD. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be here.
You know, and it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
When I first saw that you were coming on, I thought we were going to be talking about police work.
Right.
And
I did too.
I didn't know, and I was shocked, pleasantly surprised, I should say, that you're into health and wellness. You teach dancing. Talk to us about that.
Well, there's so much to talk about. Dancing is a way to release a lot of energy, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. It's a thing that changes your life completely. And a lot of people look at dancing as, some people, depending on where you are in the city or where you are in your life, it's like you do hip hop or you do rock or you do shake the leg or you do line dancing, Cupid shuffle, the other type of shuffles.
Do you know how to do all of those?
Of course. You want me to show you?
No, not right now.
Okay, I'm going to get up here right now and we can do the Cupid shuffle, okay? Really simple, I promise you, man.
But you know how to do rumba.
I know how to do the rumba, absolutely.
Rumba.
Rumba.
And you teach that.
I teach rumba, yes. I teach ballroom dance, and so
Yeah.
I teach all forms
Really?
of ballroom.
And I watched that video clip, and you talked about putting emotion into motion as it relates to anybody can learn how to dance.
Anybody can learn how to dance. Even the people that say I have two left feet. And to tell you a short story about me, feel free to cut me off because I love sharing
Go right
about
ahead.
this. When I couldn't dance, I was the one person of color that everybody would look at and say, oh my gosh, she is a true sign of that not all people of color can dance. And people would laugh at me literally off the dance floor. Sometimes my family would laugh at me, other friends would be like, please don't dance. And so I actually developed a complex. And when I hit my 20s, I wouldn't dance at all, especially not in public. Well, my daughter got in the show choir, and I watched her movements, and I asked her, I said, teach me how to do that. Teach me, I want to learn. And so she would teach me, she's like, Mom, I see it, I just don't know how to get it out. And so I
Right.
couldn't do it. And she suggested I go to learn ballroom. She said, Mom, I think you would like ballroom dancing. And I never would have thought about that ever in my life. And I went, found a particular studio here in the city, and tried it, and one of the instructors looked at me after several lessons and said, I don't know why you can't get this. And I literally got in my car and cried my eyeballs out because it's like, I'm just not answered. My daughter said, Mom, go back. You just need the right instructor.
So you had to vent your emotions in that direction.
I did. And so a year later, she pushed me to go back. And I went back, and there was this young man, and he said, I see it in you. We just have to pull it out. And he taught me in a non-traditional way of what worked for me. And it was only a matter of a couple of months, and everybody kept saying, wow, you've been dancing a long time. Where
So
did you
now
learn?
you teach it to everyone
Now
else.
I teach it. And I teach them to take that energy and to put it into positive motion and to be able to do something productive. And I also teach them that if you start with the basics And it goes over, not just in dance, but into your entire life. You do the basics and you master those basics. And you do that one thing over and over and over and over again till perfection. It moves on, and then it just opens up a whole world.
Now, I did learn one thing, and I want to show you, because I was watching your video.
Okay.
And if you can get up, and this is what she showed us. So we're just going to be right here. Gonna be right here.
Jackson.
Hold on a second. And so when you're doing the rumba, the gentleman
Jackson.
just puts his hand out like that, and the lady has to determine how close you're going to be.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And that's the furthest I can take you.
And you know what? That's so good that you mentioned that, because unlike traditional American thinking, so to speak, especially in here in the United States of North America,
Be careful.
in the United States of North America, we look at things and we say, oh, the woman's live, you know, I can bring home the bacon, I can fry it over in the pan and let you never ever forget you a man, and you know, all those things. And we forget about the traditional roles that make things work.
Yeah.
No matter what people say, it goes across all patterns in everything, in history and in humanity, which is even in the animal kingdom. The male always dominates. I know a lot of women aren't gonna like to hear this, you know, because they're like, no, ain't nobody gonna dominate me.
Mm.
But the fact remains, the man is the head. He is, and he should lead you. He should lead you in everything. And with dance, every movement, every single movement of your hand, your heel of your hand, your fingertips, the ball of your hand, your arm movement, we follow. And you have to be a strong leader. You never push or tug or jerk or not. You always guide.
Let me ask you a question. Being a police officer, how difficult was that piece for you?
You know what? Not at all.
Really?
Not at all. Because I've always believed in the base. I've always believed in the natural universal laws.
Okay.
That there's always a leader, there's always a follower. Always, always, always.
This is a great passion for you. I mean, I've seen
Yeah,
you.
I see the emotion.
In other areas of our community, but to see you here on one of the greatest shows in Central Indiana, real voices, real people, real voices. And to see your emotions about not being in a blue uniform, not toting a gun, and to see you with your makeup on, and you really look different today.
Okay.
Sound different.
Because I'm a woman.
Right.
You know, I'm a woman behind that uniform. And I think all women need to be. When you get out and work, if you decide that you're going to be a woman that works, you're still a woman. When you take off that clothes at night, your body still looks different than your male counterparts.
Right. You're still a woman.
You know, you're still a woman.
And it sounds
And
like
there's
you
a beauty in
enjoy
that.
being that.
I adore being a woman. I love it. I mean,
And your teaching and your style of teaching makes it very, very simple. I'm not a dancer, but I would be interested in learning the rumba. That'd be cool.
You have to get people where they are.
I got the first part down.
Okay, let me see.
Well, I mean, just the hand. When I was,
See, that's why I asked you not to do that.
well, that's all. I knew I could only go so far.
And the wonderful thing about that, the joy in ballroom dance and the man being leader, if you watch ballroom dance, you'll see that the man always leads. His job is to be beautified by that woman. That is his job. She does her thing. When you look at little kids, and this goes back into, and I'm not here to talk about police work, but still, I have a passion for the community.
Right.
And I have a passion for change and doing the right thing. And we have a beautiful city here in Indianapolis. And I want to contribute to that, just like you guys are amazing at contributing to the positive direction of the city of Indianapolis. Okay, you take a young child, look at the kids on the playground. Do you see the boys twirling? Do they twirl and twirl and twirl? No, they don't. That's a natural law of the universe that people miss. Okay? And the girls twirl, they don't always do it just for themselves. What do? They look. Is that boy watching me? Are they watching me twirl? Let me see how high I can get my dress. Let me see. We forget about those small things that children do. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. How many women do you know that love Disney? She doesn't stop loving Disney. At 60 years old, a woman's still loving Disney. You know why? Because it's a natural law of the universe that her job is to make that man look beautiful.
I won't let that be the last word. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Keep up the
thank
good
you.
work.
We'll be back with the rundown. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
And I'm Curtis Baker, your marketing director of Real People, Real Voices.
And Faith McKinney, she's been promoted on her job, so we salute and applaud her on her promotion.
Yes.
She'll be back with us very, very soon. But it's good.
And you know what? And her job is hard.
Yeah.
Because since she's been away these past few weeks, I'm kind of filling in for some of the things she's done. I don't know how she does it all. So, I mean, I have to give her a big hand of applause for all the hard work that she does to make these shows happen, because there's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of work being done by our guest.
No, absolutely.
RFS.
Great. I was listening to all the things that his business is involved with. And we sometimes take for granted, when we go in the restrooms and pull out the paper and wipe our hands with it and the soap. And it's like, where's all that come from? He supplies all that.
Yeah, he supplies that. And I tell you one thing that I was grateful to hear, that he has been considered constantly within the city. Has vendor contracts.
Great reputation.
Great reputation, and that's good. And hope he will continue to carry that great reputation so they can give other opportunities to people.
Yeah.
Right.
And
just
talked
like
about his capacity.
Right.
20,000 square foot building.
Absolutely. I think he said he had, six employees?
Six employees, three part-time and 3 full-time, and he has 5 transportation vehicles. So
And we should try to see if we can get those youth jobs involved with him some kind of way.
Yeah.
That you're involved
he could
with.
probably use some fellas in the warehouse.
He does
Absolutely.
give back.
Yes,
He does
sir.
give back, yeah.
Certainly, I was surprised Candy Perry was not only a police officer, but a dance instructor,
Well, when she
wellness coach.
came in, you could see the dancing. You saw her. I mean, she's built like a dancer, if I can say that.
Yeah.
I guess I
Well,
said it.
You did.
I mean, and I know she taught you a little. I saw you guys demonstrating. I wondered,
No. This guy demonstrated.
This demonstrated.
Yeah, he demonstrated.
But she knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I heard her say something about the Cupid Shuffle. I wondered, could she teach me how to wobble?
I don't know if
pretty
she's. I don't know if she's into that kind of dancing.
Well, I think she said the Cupid Shuffle because that's along the same line.
Okay, well, I'm
it's
pretty
the
sure she
same.
could show
It's
you
the
how to
same. It's
wobble.
just a different record. It's just the same.
movements.
People do it, and you get out on the floor with them, and you're stepping on people's toes because you don't know how to do it. So I need someone to teach me how to
Just
wobble.
a little more bass in there.
Well, yeah.
I want to thank you for joining us on today. Please subscribe on our YouTube channel on the internet. Also, go to Facebook, like us on Facebook. Join us here on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. and on Wednesday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. God bless. We'll see you next time.